Hello everyone. I'm gonna try to begin to put some things out. When you have so much you wanted to say, and even just this morning to reply to the comments and yesterday's comments, and and then you still are in life and you still have everything going on, and but we see where we're at now. We see where we've come, and I'm just going to try to, it's just so hard when you have so much, to reply to. And, I want to go back and start maybe just to the more recent ones from the last couple of days, I want to put some things out, because I've been saying I'm going to, share some things, from my experience, and there's just so much, so much. But I'm just going to, this is kind of just a shout out to the brethren, which, I don't remember everyone's names that I've, come by, and, we've heard the confirmation through these years, and, and I just come across Donna, and it had been probably, I don't know, a couple years, it's just each of us, what's happening, this is each of us, and I'm just going to make this really brief, because I want to, get focused on at least one topic, I just want to catch up with some and just, respond, but the thing, what's happening is with each of us, and I don't know what, there's just so much I want to share. Each of us being set in order, and why this work is happening, at least in my life. Everything else, I have so much in my life that just is crazy right now. Even my son, but I know, and I want to speak on my son. I know he's being prepared, and but there's so much to be said about what's happening with him. But I'm just going to try, that's why, all that, there's so much I wanted to reply to, so many over the years, and even these just past days, and it's just, all we can do is what we can do, as we're now set together within, and now it is bringing us into unity, but it's a work that takes place in each, and I want, in no one, you're learning, gosh, there's so much to say. Excuse me. Is that, it happens in each of us. And as this work happens, that's when we come online through these years, and we've seen, the confirmation in one another. Because all that has that work done in them. That portion that you've already experienced, you're going to, it's just such a great work that, only those who are partaking in this work. And then there's also, and it's to that, it depends on what level, or, because the more, I should only speak for myself, just how, then it keeps it simple. And that's what I want to do in the next, because my experience that happened in the beginning in 2011, and what I was given to see, now I understand what that meant. What, in part, there's, I didn't know what I was being shown, but I was being shown that I was going, how the revelation works. It was all about the revelation being revealed. And, just know I'm so overwhelmed because there's so much, but I know that it's not my work. I mean, it's happening in each of us, and in the world, and those who are out there preaching, as they hear us and they see it, the confirmation in us, but they don't understand. And I know at different levels there are certain brethren who haven't let go of certain things. Certain things haven't been revealed, so they're unsure of some things. And but that assurance can only be given in spirit, you know. And that's why when each of us have had the assurance through the work done inside each of us, and then we hear one another speak, and that's why, like, I haven't saw Donna in 2 years, you know. Back when we first had met online, and that was when we have grown so much since then. And when I heard, it's like, oh, just so much. It's because it is all the minds, every mind tells it in their way through their indoctrination. But when this work is done in each of you through the Spirit, then 2 years later, you see how much you've grown, and you're like bearing, and now it's just amazing. It's just an amazing work. And, you know, I just get so overwhelmed with, like last night and today, just Donna's video, and there's just so much. And I know as each of us give our testimony, and, you know, others are hearing, like you know, and it is just so, it's just joy. So while the world goes on with what they want to converse with one another, there's a whole other conversation going on. And just like even in the book, when I'm hoping, you know, all this is coming together. We can't do more. This is an endurance that we have endured through this work being done in us. And now, you know, each of us are strengthened within, the insurance through the, you know, all that's in us, we will do our part. And the rest is being done. And that's what I thought, you know, so many, it just shows that each of us who are, this work is done in, like Donna. Now, Donna, I haven't talked to her in 2 years, and she is sowing out there. You know, and all of these brethren that has this work, they are sowing. You know, they're giving their part, and it is just so amazing what it, and I want to say also, you know, even in the book, there is a whole other conversation. And I don't know how many of the brethren have, you know, because it's not about learning the letters. It's about hearing what truly was spoken, because the message is of spirit to spirit. It was always, all things had been previously foretold. And, you know, I don't know how many has been in that, you know, have heard as much of the original as I have. You know, I don't know how many's delved, how do you say it? But I want, maybe some of us are able to, you know, I need to structure my life so I can, you know, it's still a work. You know, the work's been done in me and in us. Now we each have to do our part in our life to structure, to do what we can do, you know. And I just, you know, I thought eventually it would be nice to have a time set aside, you know, and then maybe sometimes when some of us can get on video conference and just go through the Greek so we can each see these things together. And Hebrew if we go to it. But the thing is, all you really need, because like Donna says, you don't need it. Once you've ate that book, you ate it up. That's what it was, through having those in you. That's those words in you. That's how the revelation, you was prepared with that meat in you. And then when the Spirit revived and all these things, you know, but we have there's just different things. This is each of us, what's happening and what we're being prepared for, because there's so many who've never heard, you know, and how it is we're going to, you know, present each of, you know, and to those who haven't heard, I mean, there's just so much going on. It's just, it's crazy to try to even share anything right now. I'm going to cut this short. I hope something made sense. There's just so much that I need to say and I want to say, and the world don't know. And that's another thing I want to say. What does the world say? You know, and I was, why do you think it is, how you've heard, they will say, Lord, Lord, have we not done all these things in thy name? Have we not? And go from me, I never knew you. The world testifies. All these things, and none of them, you know, all contrary doctrine to one another, and all these things they've spoken. Here, what am I trying to say? Only the Spirit can reveal who the Father and the Son. Man can't. So all that man is saying is they who have not known the Father and the Son. Only the Spirit can reveal to each. This has to be done. Man cannot reveal it. But yet, we followed, you know, there's just so much, and I'm going to put out how I'm not going to hold back from speaking, you know, what is right. Because, you know, how do you say it? I just get, what the world says of Jesus, what every man says, that is the teachings of man. There was a greater work, because it does, in your teaching itself tells you, man don't know, the world don't know. Only the Father, Son, and that's what's revealed when each of us have the confirmation through what has been revealed in us. Now the Father and Son, we hear the testimony and the confirmation in one another. And, you know, there's different levels, like from what, because the fullness that I have seen, and I know that, you know, even now I know that Donna's right there with me. Man can't reveal the Father and the Son. So what are they talking about? All talking with one another, and what is all their teaching? Because only the Spirit can reveal. And we know, because even those who have this work, another one cannot tell me, even if I hear it from a brethren that I know speaks the Spirit's working in. If they was to tell me something, it can't be assured in me until it's revealed within. Everything I say is nothing I've heard from man, what I have been assured and revealed within. The work, and this has been, it's just amazing. It's just when you see how this work makes you more and more and more able to, now it just flows. And when before, when I went to Greek, I would just see portions. And the more I ate up that Greek, the true word that was written, that had been spoken, it enabled me more and more. Just as the outer letter, when that was revealed to me, but then when I went beneath, at first I didn't, because I hadn't heard these things. And then I realized how much I had never heard of the conversation of what had been foretold, of that eternal word. And the more that I went to the Greek, the more that because I had to take it in, just like I had to take in the letter. And at first I had to go beneath and see the true word that had been spoken, the things that never came through. And for 2 years, that's what I've done. And more here and there, I was just following the conversation. I'm getting ready to go do it from the beginning of Matthew all the way through, because I see certain things that I don't know how many brethren has been to this revelation to see how there's a certain work that's been done in the book. And I just, we have to be able, so I'm just going to put out, what I can. And I'm going to invite some of the brethren to see these things. This is just not our work. We are just vessels doing to our ability. And we are being strengthened more and more. And just as the world that's speaking all these many things and teaching, and their dreams and teachings, there's just so much. And I'm not saying all of it's all the dreams. There is truth to things, but not, there's just so much. Just as the world could not see, could not know. Today they don't know what we're saying. If you haven't heard these things, they don't know. The world cannot hear it. But as we speak, I don't know how. That's what I'm saying. I don't know how it's all going to work. All I know is what I see. All I know is, even just coming to see Donna yesterday, and all that we have gathered, each of us, never talking to each other, but these same things. And it was just abundance, and just so much I wanted to reply to. And, and now I see, I have my other brother, he's really lighting up, and it is just a joy, because I know I only see the portion that is in my life happening. And I know it is a work going on, and it is, and we only know what ourself is given, and it's just amazing. And I love you all, and I hope something made sense. And I'm going to, I guess this was just a shout out a little bit, and but I'm going to try to explain some things, and sometimes not explain, but I have it all stored up. I am, and I can't hold these things in any longer. And it's my testimony. It is my witness. What I have witnessed, what I have been given. Things that I did not understand that I now understand. And when you have this deep of understanding, it's the world, blind. And that's it. I hope something made sense. I love you all. Many blessings.